another season of Formula One racing is upon us. Some teams confident following pre-season, whilst others still looking for answers. Let's see what the future holds for them as qualifying gets underway here in Melbourne. So, Aiden Jackson in ninth, but Williams still hopeful the youngster can secure a decent position. Let's see how he gets on here. Teammate Casper Akkerman didn't make it through to Q3, narrowly missing out by just
13 milliseconds. You did all you could. If I went out second today, I would have those 13 milliseconds back, no problem. Why do they keep sending me out first?
11th isn't the end of the world, Casper. You'll make those places back.
Yeah, for sure. I shouldn't have to. Zoe, hey.
Morning, Daddy.
Lily, you know it's not morning where Daddy is, right?
Mummy says you're on the other side of the world.
That's right. Daddy is in Australia. I'm upside down.
Then why don't the cars fall off?
Mommy can explain that. Can I speak to her?
Don't fall off, Daddy.
I won't, Lily. Promise.
Hey, qualifying not so good, huh?
They sent me out first.
Again?
Yeah.
Well, some of your best races were coming from midfield.
Yeah?
Yeah. Besides, I thought you loved a challenge. Lils, off the table. Now, it's breakfast time. I should go.
Sure.
You'll be great. You always are. Love ya.
Love you too.
Something's not right.
Understood, Casper. We're on it.
It's the gearbox. I lost a gear.
Push on, Casper. We're assessing. Just push on best you can.
I'll try.
Okay, bad news on the gearbox. The team are trying everything they can think of, but they're not optimistic. Just keep at it. Do your best. That's all we can ask.
And off-season can change many things. The teams have a challenge coming up with the new season, a change of regulations can upset the running order, you can have a new dynamic, new driver partnership. Anything can change in an off-season. And I didn't at Williams, as for some reason they kept with Aiden and Casper. And Casper did have some good backing behind him. And Aiden, he's there, he's Mercedes prodigy. And definitely looked like from the beginning of that season that Casper was there just to fill the other seat. Aiden was their leader, their team and the driver was built around, and I think Casper was maybe even more resentful heading to Australia, but he drove the super race. It was almost the opposite of last season where Aiden would qualify behind him and go up the order, but now Casper qualified behind him. He had to make up some places, had to battle hard against the gearbox issue as well, where 7th gear went on holiday. Didn't see it return for a couple of races, but he did a superb job. All of that experience that he's gathered over the last decade or so of F1 racing, it definitely came through here and shined, as he was not just getting into the points, but he's chasing down even Aiden in front, and his fellow old runner Alonso as well right at the end. And it was a veteran classic Casper performance. We were just hoping to see more of it rather than what happened the previous season. We just needed the drivers to get along a bit better so we could challenge in that top 6.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. Well, what's happened there to Casper Akkerman? Still managed to finish, but that's got to be frustrating out.
Yeah, looks like maybe it was a gearbox fault, which is always a blow for the driver. Akkerman won't be happy, but I'd say he's done very well in the circumstances.
Bad luck out there today. Let's talk about it. So, not a great race out there for you today, Casper. Can you talk us through what happened?
Well, it was clearly an issue with the gearbox. Not a great place to be as a driver, but we'll work on it, I'm sure.
Well, despite obvious vehicle difficulty, you still managed to finish. How hard is it to bring it over the line when facing such issues?
Well, it's almost impossible. You have the race going on around you, and all you want to do is compete. Your adrenaline is up, but there's nothing you can do about it. What else can I say?
While it's an unfortunate start to this season, last season was muddied by a tense relationship with your teammate. How are things now with you and Aiden?
Well, let's just say the gearbox fault probably wouldn't have happened in Aiden's car. Perhaps it's because I'm more experienced and can handle myself better. But the team does seem to be keeping a closer eye on Aiden's performance. We'll just see how the season develops, I guess.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, I'd say the team were very happy after Australia. Both cars win the points despite the issues. Both drivers were fighting for Q3 in qualifying, which never really happened in Aiden's rookie year. So this time around, we're definitely looking like we could fight for the top 6 in the championship. And yeah, everyone's pretty happy. Yeah, the drivers didn't talk to each other still, and Casper was grumpy as usual after the races. But despite those fighting words, we look much better than the season before.